Let's get into the second verse.
Niggas so cold when I flow, bow down to death row, 3-wheel motion, coming through coasting. Who's that nigga in the G-Rod screaming out M.O.B. Nigga, we ride. I hit the charts like a stick-up kid, #1 in the nation. I fucked the world, the judge gave me probation. Faced with incarceration, move tapes like it's big weight, slinging to the whole nation. Give me mine, or I'm blasting on every song. Murder my enemies, I'm mashing until I'm gone. One love to my thug niggas, and fuck a bitch, cause the truth is to love niggas. Throw your hands in the air, close your eyes and hope you never come against the massive smoke on death row. My adversaries bleed, but fuck them all to the top seats, fucking with a change man.
Now you can ride with me, live and die with me.
Fucking with a change man.
No one understands the ways of a change
Nigga, you
man.
fucking with a change man.
Now you can ride with me, live and die with me.
Fucking with a change man.
But no one understands the ways of a change
Nigga,
man.
you fucking with a change man.
Tupac said a nigga so cold when I flow. Bow down to death row. Let's get back to that. A nigga so cold when I flow. Basically letting you know Tupac knew he had flow. He had many flows. Bow down to death row, 3-wheel motion, coming through coasting. Who's that nigga in the G-Rod screaming out M.O.B. Nigga, we ride. Once again, members of the blood or money over bitches, but you know, according to people like MC8 and certain other people that's been on the Art of Dialogue channel, M.O.B., like, you know, they were saying Pac was affiliated with the Bloods, and you know what I mean, that's, you know, that's what they said. And if that's the case, you know what I mean, it might be true. I think others like Napoleon said that's not true. He said, I hit the charts like a stick-up kid. I like that. You know what I mean? Just like coming through, like stick him up and put me at #1. I fucked the world. The judge gave me probation. Now, who y'all calling rapists? Ain't that a bitch? You are so two-faced it. That was Fuck the World. You know what I mean? That was the song Me Against the World when he was #1 in the nation. He was locked up, and you know, I think when he came out, he was on either parole or some type of probation. Maybe he just wanted to rhyme probation with it, but he was on some type of watch by these people in law. He said, faced with incarceration. You know what I mean? The judge gave me probation, faced with incarceration. So he was, you know, definitely, this has to be, you know, after he came home from prison, you know what I mean? And, you know, it was a possibility of him going back. But Tupac said, yo, before you see me in jail, you see me in hell. You know what I mean? He just stated that he wasn't going back. He said, move tapes like it's big weight, slang it to the whole nation. Let me say that shit correctly. I fucked the world. The judge gave me probation, faced with incarceration. Move tapes like it's big weight, slang it to the whole nation. So moving this music like it's drugs. You know what I mean? You come home, bro. Selling 5-6 million to this day. I think that album is diamond or over that. You know what I'm saying? The first double album. Pac was just getting him, like the money just looked good for him at that time, you know, regardless of people saying, yo, Pac died broke or whatever. When Pac was alive, he was living it up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it was fast paced. You know, fast paced. It was fast paced, man. He was just out here doing it, and he left a legacy for so many people. He made his family eat. I gotta add this, man. I gotta add this. Tupac is the only rapper that provided me with a way to get money, and that's off this channel. Not to get money like that, but you know, people see that I'm genuine and they hit the CashApp and ask me to make certain videos, or some people just show love. You know what I mean? You know, some people CashApp me just to ask me a question. You know what I'm saying? About Tupac, because they feel like I know a certain amount about Tupac's legacy, which I do. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was getting ridiculed by a few haters. They was basically saying like, yo, you ain't heard every Tupac song? Like, nah, I really haven't heard every Tupac song. You know what I mean? Like, when Tupac died, I was just really, when the Tupac died, I had Machiavelli. You know, I was just listening to that and going back to Me Against the World, sometimes strictly for my niggas, and sometimes Tupaculous now. You know what I mean? Then a short amount of time later, Mad Bootlegs was just dropping and stuff like that. And at that time, I hated it. I wanted it, but I hated the fact that somebody was just throwing it out into the streets. You know what I'm saying? I would have rather purchased it so his family can eat instead of people with just bootlegging and stuff like that and putting it in the streets. That was in 96. You know what I mean? 97, 98. You know what I'm saying? And then, I was hearing all that stuff. But then, it came a certain point in time, I didn't hear every Pac song. You know what I'm saying? And then now I'm still catching up to a couple of songs that people put me on to. But I heard more than enough, if not almost all of them. You know what I'm saying? So I move tapes like it's big weight, slinging to the whole nation. You know what I mean? Move tapes. He said, give me mine, or I'm blasting on every song. Murder my enemies, I'm mashing until I'm gone. One love to my thug niggas, and fuck a bitch, cause a true sister love niggas. There was, you wonder why they call you bitch. Tupac made that song. You wonder why they call you bitch. You know what I mean? And when he say a true sister is one that's not going to accuse him of rape. A true sister is going to be the one that came up to Pac and be like, yo, Pac, I really love you. I just want you to love me down. Boom, blase, boom. Or I just want to do for you. Look at all them women that came out for Pac, man. Look at all them women that came out for Pac. Jasmine God, Kadada, Moni Love, Latifah, Desiree. The list goes on, man. A few porn stars, like mad women have nothing bad to say about Pac. Maybe Faith Evans, but mad other women have nothing to say about Pac. But a lot of niggas, oh my God. Yo, the dudes are worse than men when it comes to gossiping about Tupac. Like, this brother been going on 27 years this year, and some months. Be 27 years and 9 months. And they still hate him. They still hate that change, man. So, said, fuck a bitch, cause the true sister love niggas. And that's real talk, man. Throw your hands in the air, close your eyes and hope. Never come against a massive smoke on death row. Good old days, bro. Good old days, man. My adversaries bleed, but fuck them all until the talk cease. Because they fucking with a changed man. So, that right there was a nice, simple breakdown in my opinion, because, Pac was just, inspired when he heard those. Pac just write real quick. That would have been a nice hit right there, too. With Nate Dogg on the beat, that beat was funky. You know what I'm saying? And, it was just something, dope request. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not too sure, Miss Burnham, if you wanted me to do the OG version, which I just did, or the remix version, which was on Better Days. So I'm not too sure, but hopefully you like this one and I ain't get too crazy, or I should have got more animated, or I should have got like Keith Murray and went all the way around and all this other shit. But yo, salute to you. And I hope I'm saying your name, LaQuasha, Miss Burnham. You know what I mean? Salute to you.